You think of yourself as a rational person. You weigh evidence. You try to be fair. And that is exactly why you keep losing. Not to people who are smarter than you. Not to people who work harder. You keep losing to people who are willing to do things you're not. People who have studied the precise mechanics of how your intelligent mind works and built a playbook around exploiting it. This is a forensic examination of why smart, ethical, high-performing people consistently get outmaneuvered by manipulators, and what you can actually do to stop it. The first thing you need to understand is that intelligence and manipulation resistance are not the same thing. They are not even related. In 1999, psychologist Roy Baumeister published research showing that people who score higher on reflective thinking are actually more vulnerable to certain classes of social exploitation, not less. The reason is counterintuitive. When you are smart, you trust your reasoning. You believe that if you think carefully, you will arrive at the right answer. And that belief becomes a weapon in the hands of someone who knows how to feed your reasoning process corrupted inputs. Think about the last time someone talked you out of your own instincts. They did not overpower you. They out-argued you. They made your original reaction seem impulsive or unfair. And because you pride yourself on not being impulsive or unfair, you back down. Your intelligence did not protect you. It was the mechanism of your defeat. This is what researchers call the sophistication trap. The smarter you are, the more elaborate the rationalization you will accept. And the more elaborate the one you will construct for yourself afterward to explain why your discomfort was unjustified. Robert Cialdini spent decades studying influence. His research identified 6 principles manipulators exploit with mechanical precision: reciprocity, commitment, social proof, authority, liking, and scarcity. But what disturbed Cialdini most was not that these principles worked. It was that they worked better on educated, informed people. Why? Because educated people have more complex mental models. More complex mental models have more entry points. And every entry point is a potential exploit. Here is something that will sound harsh. The manipulators who consistently win against intelligent people are often not particularly intelligent themselves. What they have instead is ruthless clarity about human psychology and zero inhibition about using it. They are not distracted by fairness. They do not stop themselves from exploiting your good faith because they feel guilty. They have removed the internal friction that you have not. Psychologist Kevin Dutton calls this non-reciprocal empathy. Certain manipulators can read your emotional state with startling accuracy. They can see what you need, what you fear, what you want to be told, and they feel nothing in return. That asymmetry is the entire game. You are transparent to them. They are opaque to you. And as long as that gap exists, the outcome of any confrontation between you is largely predetermined. But here is where it takes an unexpected turn. Research by Dan Ariely found that the human brain does not make decisions and then rationalize them. It rationalizes first, using social, emotional, and contextual cues, and then constructs the experience of having decided. You do not feel yourself being influenced. You experience yourself arriving at a conclusion. A skilled manipulator does not try to change your mind. They change the environment in which your mind operates. By the time you're consciously deciding anything, the real decision has already been made. So what do you actually do? The first step is accepting something uncomfortable. You cannot think your way out of this in the moment. Real-time counter-manipulation almost never works. What works is building structures before the moment arrives. It means you stop evaluating people's arguments and start evaluating their patterns. A single compelling argument tells you almost nothing. A pattern of behavior across time tells you everything. Manipulators reveal themselves through repetition, the same emotional escalation when challenged, the same sudden warmth when they need something, the same reversion when they have gotten it. Train yourself to zoom out. It means you start naming dynamics instead of responding to content. When you feel a pull, guilt, urgency, the need to prove you are being reasonable, pause. Do not address what was said. Identify what you feel. Research by Matthew Lieberman at UCLA shows that simply naming a social or emotional dynamic activates your prefrontal cortex and interrupts the automatic response. You stop reacting, you start seeing, and it means you decide in advance what your non-negotiables are, not as abstract values, as specific, concrete decisions already made, so that when the pressure arrives, you are not deciding. You are confirming something already settled. Manipulators are exceptionally good at creating special circumstances exceptions. Pre-commitment removes the category of exception entirely. The most dangerous thing about being smart is the confidence it gives you that you're seeing clearly. The manipulator in your office, your relationship, your life, they are counting on that confidence. Every time you reason your way to a fair assessment of their behavior, they are already 3 moves ahead. Not because they are smarter, because they are playing a different game entirely. You do not have to abandon your ethics or your empathy. You just have to stop confusing those qualities with vulnerability. Kindness is not permission. Fairness is not endless reevaluation. Intelligence is not protection. The smartest thing you will ever do is decide in advance what you will not be talked out of. And the next time someone builds a perfectly reasonable argument for why you should cross that line, you will remember this. Not as a thought, as a structure, already in place, already decided. You thought of yourself as a rational person. You still do. The difference now is you know exactly who was counting on that. Most people are losing a psychological game they don't even know they're playing. Subscribe to The Silent Diplomat and never be the last person in the room to understand what just happened.